Hey guys, Lunar Spiral 1127 here, and welcome to my first ever chapter review of Toriko. Yes, I've finally started reviewing Toriko. I guess why I got into it is because, I heard so many good things about it, and that it was almost as popular as the big three, Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. I'm actually, the more I read this, the more I started to like this series, and the more I started to like these characters. I mean, sure, yeah, some of the stuff is like pretty funny and a bit weird, a bit over the top, but it was still an enjoyable read. So, in the previous chapter, the cooking festival has begun, and the first event is a triathlon where the chefs have to swim across this island to pick the ingredients they're going to use to cook, and then bring those ingredients back on bicycles called food delivery. So far, the first chef to get there is Setsuno, because of her fast speed. She was able to walk across the water. And Komatsu is in last place, unfortunately, because he's not a very good swimmer. I think that he should have taken swimming lessons. I mean, he's a 20-something-year-old chef at IGO, so you'd think he would get swimming lessons at that time. But there was a moment when Zebra helped him by creating a sound life jacket to help him float in water, but he asked Zebra to remove it because he wants to win this thing with his own power, which I thought was pretty good. Now, in that chapter, two important things. First off is there is a potential foreshadowing of what's going to happen later on in this series. I think it's foreshadowing that the Bishokukai, I think that's what they're called. Yeah, we know that they're heading towards the cooking fest, so it's most likely that they're going to head towards, the cooking fest and maybe fight against the Bishokia and some of the chefs and maybe some of the IGO members that we were introduced a couple chapters back. So that's most likely what it's foreshadowing about. Also, at the end of 214, we're introduced to a new character named Tengu Buranchi. What I can describe him is, I'm assuming he's got red skin because, it's a Tengu. And he has an incredibly long nose like Usopp, and he's known as, he's third place in the world chef rankings, and he's known for making bewitching food, like bizarre food. I think that's what it was saying. And apparently he was late for the cooking fest. So now we got chapter 214 out of the way. Let's get started with chapter 215, Meet Buranchi. So the chapter begins with Buranchi appearing at the cooking fest, and it looks like he's going to participate. You'd think that would be against the rules. Like, competitors that are late cannot participate in the tournament, but I guess it doesn't apply in the world of Toriko. So yeah, we're introduced to Tengu Buranchi, and first impression, a lot of people are really scared of him, and this honestly pissed him off, so he starts yelling everybody to shut up. Apparently his voice is so loud he was able to, I'm guessing, damage a couple people's eardrums, and even destroy those, those big headlights that you'd see in stadiums? Yeah, those. But, but he was stopped by one of Zebra's sound techniques. I don't know which one this was. I think it was his supersonic voice or something. Well, he was able to stop Buranchi to continue yelling. Buranchi heads towards where the four heavenly kings are: Toriko, Koko, Sunny, and Zebra. Of course, he sees Zebra and he says, you're the Bishokuya. That wouldn't form a combo even if it killed him. You're the guy that old man Dharma said. I'm trying to remember who Dharma is. Yeah, one of the problems with Toriko I have is that they have like a shit ton of characters, that some of them may be important, but you'd always forget their names or who they are. I'm gonna have probably a hard time remembering some of these characters. So, after that, Zebra replies to Tengu that Komatsu is the number one candidate to form a combo with him, and that there is no way that Buranchi will win against him. Of course, Toriko argues back that Komatsu is his combo partner, which is obvious that Komatsu is not gonna join with Zebra. It looks like that it's possible that Buranchi might become his combo partner, because they're kind of the same in a way. I mean, in the previous chapter, the announcer Murage, I think that was his name. Murabe. Yeah, the announcer, he says that Buranchi was the equivalent chef. He's the chef equivalent to the Bishokia Zebra. So not only do they both have really loud voices, but yeah, it looks like they have the same attitude or same temper in a way. So it's more likely that Buranchi might Buranchi might become partners with Zebra. It's most likely. So, yeah, from what Toriko said to Zebra, Buranchi knows that Komatsu is Toriko's combo partner, and all the Four Heavenly Kings say that there was no way Komatsu will lose to Buranchi, and it seems that Buranchi has like this sort of good first impression that but he wants to see for himself who this Komatsu guy really is. So he is not really fast. So what he does is just heads towards the island to see Komatsu. And when we finally cut back to the island, Komatsu finally makes it, but he's in last place. Buranchi just rushes in towards the island, and the first thing when Buranchi learns that the skinny guy apparently was really Komatsu, the one that Toriko and Zebra were talking about, he starts going in denial and starts being skeptic about him, like if he really is the perfect partner for Toriko. I mean, he just goes on and says that he assumed that Komatsu was supposed to be this huge vulgar brute, but instead he was like a kid, and he's like, yeah, and because he learns that Komatsu's in last place, he starts having more and more doubts about Komatsu. And I thought this part was kind of funny because, not only because of Buranchi's doubts and skepticism towards Komatsu, but also Komatsu is being completely modest and acting like a total fanboy towards Buranchi because, third place of the world ranking chef. So yeah. So they're gonna pick the ingredients that they're gonna use for the cooking fest. Buranchi assumes that most of the ingredients weren't usable, but Komatsu, because of his ability to hear the ingredients' voices, he was able to determine which ingredients would be best for him, and he was able to, and I guess because of this, I don't know, yeah, that's one of the things about Toriko. In this series, the food, even though it comes from, like, living things, the foods, that comes from dead living things, they act like they're really living, like food is living, like, a piece of meat or vegetables. It's kind of weird, but it's suitable for this series. So yeah, Komatsu was able to hear the ingredients' voices and the ingredients. I guess I can't believe I'm saying this, but the ingredients are so happy that Komatsu wants to pick them all. So they start glowing, and because of this, Buranchi, yeah, he learns that Komatsu has a great hearing ability for the ingredients' voices, and all that doubt and skepticism were completely wiped away, and he was incredibly impressed by Komatsu. So what he decides is he's gonna let Komatsu take some of the ingredients that he picks, and he's gonna take the rest so that they will all use them. I guess after that, now Komatsu and Buranchi are now buddies. Yeah, and basically the chapter ends with them getting ready to head towards the next station of the triathlon so that they could prepare the food for the cooking fest. And yeah, that's Toriko chapter 215. I gotta admit, it was a decent chapter, and honestly, I'm starting to like this Tengu Buranchi guy. I think it's obvious that he might partner up with Zebra because they're kind of similar in many ways, And yeah, I highly doubt Zebra is gonna get Komatsu to be his combo partner. Now, next week's chapter definitely gonna be the next portion of the triathlon. I guess it's probably see Komatsu and Buranchi head towards wherever the hell the remaining chefs are. We'll probably go to where the chefs are and see like what they're gonna be cooking. And honestly, out of all of them, my favorite one is Setsuno. I don't know what it is about her, but she's pretty cool for an old lady. Yeah, also my thoughts of the whole god ingredient. It was like the god ingredient, the main course of, what was it, Acacia's the main course of Acacia's full course menu. Apparently, the Bishokukai are trying to get this ingredient, and because of this, it's gonna cause a potential war. In previous chapters, foreshadowing that the Bishokukai are gonna head towards the cooking fest and fight against probably Toriko and the others. But it could also be foreshadowing when the war starts. But I highly doubt that's when the war will start, because if I remember correctly in the previous chapters, the war will start in 6 months' time. And all the while, they're still trying to prepare to get everything ready for the war. Well, the IGL members. I mean, last time I remember, I think Ichiryu and Milk the First were heading towards to find the Acacia's salad course. What was it called? Air? I think that's what it was called. Yeah, Air. So aside from that, maybe next week's chapter we'll probably continue off with the triathlon, and if not, maybe we might go back to where what's going on with Ichiryu, or maybe see the Bishokukai showing up or on their way. Yeah. So overall, this was a decent chapter of Toriko. So yeah, that's Toriko chapter 215, and we're gonna spiral in 27, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.